4 months in on 20 mg of Prozac. Talking about side effects, genuinely none. It's been really good actually. Zero side effects. The only ones that I can think of were the insomnia at the start, like I mentioned before, a slight increased sense of anxiety as well at the very start. But when I say slight, I mean like really, really slight. And to be honest, I think it was all because I was actually taking the medication and not the result of the medication itself, if that makes sense. Like I was more worried of the medication than the medication made me, for sure. There are days where I feel I'm right back to the start, to be honest, in my dpdr journey and anxiety journey. Like sometimes I'm just completely, not necessarily overwhelmed, but just sort of think like, oh my god, I haven't progressed at all within the last 6 months, a year. I'm right back to the start. But then all I need to do, and you can do this too, is look back on YouTube on this very channel, go back to the first video, the second video, and just look how I talk, what I'm talking about, even how I look and stuff, my whole demeanor. It's completely changed until now. It's actually really interesting to see my old videos and then watch like this one or a recent one. But yeah, just looking at my journal entries, remembering there was a train ride up from the south of France up to Paris, and I remember the whole of that journey I was panicking. My heart rate was never below 100 the whole of that journey. I was like freaking out the whole time, sweating constantly, even though it was cold. I was really in a really, really rough spot. I remember researching hospitals in Paris for when I arrived, and like I was gonna say like I'm gonna go straight there. I was thinking of telling the conductor to stop the train. Oh my god, it was a whole thing. Of course, none of that actually happened, but that was an insanely uncomfortable day, and I wrote about it in my journal. And just looking back at that now, and when I think I'm back to the start, I'm really not. Like, I'm so far from that. My bad days now are probably my good days before, to be honest. And I've got a few examples of days like that, just mainly when I'm in transport, actually. I remember on a car journey up to family for Christmas, I remember just freaking out and having a dpdr panic attack in the car, just like saying, oh, reality is about to split. I'm absolutely terrified. This was a couple of weeks before I started the Prozac. Just remember looking back on days like that. And I think if I could give any advice to anyone else on this journey, it's like when you do think that you're not making any progress, like genuinely look back. And to look back, you have to record stuff in the first place, whether that's through video, whether that's through an actual physical journal. And then look back when you feel like you're having a bad day, look back and see actually it's not too bad. That being said, some days are much better than others. Some days are pretty grim, to be honest, and it's sort of just getting through the day. But other days I'm feeling like I'm pretty much back to normal. But that's another thing I want to talk about, because if you are on this journey, don't chase normality. It's one thing I've figured out, or what I knew as normal before this is completely gone, to be honest. There's no way to get back to that mindset, that mind state I was in before all of this happened, because realistically who I was then is completely gone and I will never be able to get that back. But the thing is, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can get back to a sort of new normal where your baseline is completely different. You experience things differently. Like already, situations that I get myself in, I feel like a different person. Yes, I am more scared in some situations, but other situations I feel like completely different and I'm really comfortable in. Don't chase what you had before, because you only get stuck, and there is no way to get back to that, is what I'm trying to say. Like, just keep pushing forward. You will find a new normal and sort of learn to accept what you have. Obviously, that's a lot easier said than done. And another thing I've sort of realized is this sort of flaw of me, this anxiety, dpdr, blah, 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 it's actually always been a part of me, but it wasn't at the forefront of my attention until a couple of years ago. I think realizing that as well has actually really helped massively. It's because it's been like, oh, I haven't changed my brain. My brain hasn't physically changed. It's always been there. I'm just focusing on it now. And when you frame it like that, you can actually sort of get out of it a lot easier, because you're like, okay, well, it's going to be there no matter what. I just don't need to focus on it. Again, a lot easier said than done, and I'm still struggling with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making this video. But just framing it like that's really helped me. So I'm going to keep on going for the next couple of months with this 20 mg. And then, to be honest, I'm either going to try and get a different medication or like slowly wean myself off, because I feel as though it hasn't done too much, to be honest. I do feel in a better place. I'm not sure if that's because of the medication or honestly because of just creating content and like relaxing more, but maybe that was because of the medication. It's really hard to tell, like chicken or egg. But either way, I have not gotten worse on it. I just wanted to put that out there. It's been very helpful. I think it has opened my eyes up a bit and sort of relaxed me, allowed me to relax. It's not the actual thing doing the relaxing. It's more of like a enabler for me to relax and get into that headspace that I need to be in. Overall, though, I just wanted to say not only how proud I am of myself, because like taking that medication was scary, but genuinely how proud I am of like this little community we have here. Like each and every single comment I get and receive and read genuinely like makes my day completely, because seeing how there are other people on this journey and just sort of everyone's kind of helping each other out and listing their struggles, and we can get through this together. And it's so helpful for me and hopefully for you guys to know that we're not alone on this journey at all. So I wish you guys all the best, and I know we can all get through it. Just a quick life and travel update. Stay if you're interested, but if you're not, that's basically the dpdr and Prozac review over. So I'm finishing up in Bangkok. I'm going to be heading to China to renew my sort of Thai visa-free situation, and then move down through Laos and then back into North Thailand. I've been looking into master's programs. There's one in Munich, actually, in Germany, which I'm like really interested in. So after my traveling, maybe I'll pop down there. It's in like philosophy and whether or not we can find God in maths, basically. It's like chaos theory, which is something I'm really interested in. I think that's also really helped genuinely with anxiety and dpdr, is like actually properly following my passions and being really interested in them. I've been making music. I'll put the link in the description. Feel free to check it out. It's pretty whack, but it's been really fun to do as well, like sort of have a creative outlet. I've also been taking up more space. Again, I'm in another public park, so that's cool. And then I've been reading a lot more. I've been crunching through books. I've actually been using my iPad because it makes me feel a lot better reading on it for some reason. Been reading a lot more instead of like watching stuff in the evening. I still watch YouTube, but it's like I'll watch it half an hour a day, an hour a day, instead of before it would be like literally 5-6 hours in the evening, completely wasted. So now I'll watch a little bit and then I'll read a book, which has been really good. I'm going to keep making these videos as a little hobby. Again, I don't really expect anything to happen of it. It's more of a journal, but I really enjoy the content production process. And honestly, I highly recommend it for you guys if you are stuck in something similar. It really might help you out. Okay, all the best.